You are watching an Al Bear review. Cue the music. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm here with another How to Get Away with Murder review recap. Before we get into it, if you're new to my channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, be sure to like, comment, and share. Last night's episode was great. And it was great because we got some information. we got some information that we may be able to, use and put a couple myths to bed with. But y'all know how this show is, man. Everything feels like it's a conspiracy theory that is not exactly what it seems to be at the moment. So, anyways, I'm gonna try to just hit the hit the high points, but y'all know the show is it's a lot. You know what I'm saying? But the opening scene, week after week, it just be changing between everybody showing what everybody got going on. So Connor, he goes to see Asher, and Asher stay next door to Gabriel. So basically, he coming over to see if Gabriel home. And where else would he be? I guess that's what I'm saying. Where else would he be? Where else would he go? Then we get a scene inside of Gabriel's apartment. He watching something on TV because Connor, puts his ear to the wall. And then moving on, Oliver and Michaela talking about scheming some kind of plan against, I believe they were talking about a civil suit against Gabriel so he can't reopen the case or whatever. And then we get a scene with Laura. She's looking at the blood on the blanket of her child blanket, and I was like, what did you see? And that kind of made me feel like, man, I hope that baby don't have to I hope the baby don't suffer any trauma. But I don't think the baby seen anything though. Y'all remind me if he did or didn't. He just so happened to get some blood on his blanket, but I don't believe he saw anything. Anyway, so she immediately calls Bonnie, and obviously it goes straight to voicemail. Then Nate is pretty much telling Frank, because Frank just want to tell Annalise everything. Y'all know how she is. Nate calm down. This ain't got nothing to do with Annalise. This is a we problem. Technically, it's a me and Bonnie problem, but you in it, so now it's a we, not a us with Annalise. You know what I'm saying? So now Frank wants to know where the body is. So, I just feel like Frank trying to be more I know he's trying to be helpful, but I just feel like he's just trying to check behind Nate to see if he actually know what he's doing. Even though this is Frank's specialty, you know what I'm saying? Getting rid of bodies and stuff like that. But anyway, so Frank, he calls Eve. He was like, I'm gonna call Eve, so we can do what we got. You know what I'm saying? So he called Eve, and Annalise answered the phone. He surprised, and she was just like, look, you thought you were gonna get Eve, but check this out. Bring all the Gabriel files over. We gonna figure out something and all that good stuff. So then after that, this is the opening scene, y'all. I know it's a lot. Eve she's staying at Annalise's place. I couldn't think of a name last week, but it's Eve. And she fresh out the shower, and Annalise was just like, oh, did you wash away all your guilt or whatever? So I guess I'm gonna throw this out there. My thing is with us retracking to how, maybe 15, 20 years back when Annalise was pregnant. I'm kind of sick of it. You know what I'm saying? Sean Dollar, I love the show. You know what I'm saying? I love the show, but I'm kind of sick of it. You know what I'm saying? Only because it's just we went through that. We had questions. They were answered in the story. Now we got to deal with Frank having a son from back then coming with us now. I can't say I'm sick of it because it's part of the story. But I wish it could have went in a different direction, if y'all know what I'm saying. So anyways, moving on, Annalise ignores Crawford. Crawford calls her, and she ignoring his call. And long story short, Eve and Annalise got into this back and forth about Eve trying to quote unquote, because remember the email that whatever Annalise's husband name, can't think of his name right now, just had a brain for it. But she gave the email to Frank, and Frank went to whatever Annalise's husband name and was like, look, be a husband to your wife, XYZ. So they kind of arguing about that. Annalise was like, you know, why didn't you just come to me? You feel what I'm saying? And Eve was just like, I was trying to save the marriage. And Annalise was just like, look here, let me tell you something. That marriage was over once that baby died in that car crash. The marriage was over. So Eve was just like, well, look, I just want to make things right now. You know what I'm saying? So she gives Annalise some information on Gabriel, saying, you know, he worked with some activist groups and he may be trying to reopen Sam's case. And basically, they were just like, you know, we could threaten him with some conspiracy charges. You know, this is what Frank and Eve said. I forgot to mention Frank then made his way over. And Annalise was like, no, because the governor knows all about me trying to adopt Wes, and that's enough to quote unquote link me, or link like a conspiracy to me to Sam's death. And I didn't think about it like that. The governor did know, because I remember they mentioned Annalise mentioned to Bonnie that the governor knows about the adoption. I was thinking it had to do with Bonnie's son that got took away, but it's actually Annalise tried to, adopt Wes. And so, like I said, Annalise is smart. She always ahead of the game, because I didn't think about it. I didn't think about that, but that was a great point. So anyways, moving on. Bonnie and Nate have a scene. Basically, Bonnie in a weird situation. You feel what I'm saying? She taking one for the team. You know what I'm saying? Not every day do you sacrifice your love, because if we remember, I'm gonna say that, love. Please, brain, let me remember what I was just about to say when we get to the end. Please, brain. But anyway, she took one for the team. And basically, Nate was just, I'm sorry, I just couldn't help it. He was lying, he was responsible. And she was just like, no, stop. He brought this upon himself. He had your dad murdered. And I'm just like, yes, tell it, Bonnie. Like, don't even worry about that. You know what I'm saying? That man was going to propose. You don't even worry about that man loved you the way he did. He brought it upon himself. I'm all by us over here. Team Keaton, team us. I don't know, but that's what I'm talking about, Bonnie. Like, let's reassure Nate. So anyways, now Nate gonna piss me off with this one. Now, I would just let the police. He said, I want to tell you before the FBI police let you know that it was a ring, and I'm assuming he was gonna ask you to marry. Don't tell her nothing like that. Man, we could have flipped this thing so many ways. Denver had a ring, he had a side chick or something. Nate, come on now. We don't do that. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so they didn't go over the quote unquote alibi, and Nate tells Bonnie to say that she never seen Mill at the wedding, and that she drove Nate home, I guess because he was a little drunk, and she was like, I can't do that because Asher seen the two of you guys together. And it's never a good sign when Asher knows anything. So, moving on, Asher gets a text from Bonnie, basically saying, need to see you ASAP. Michaela sees it and asks, what's this about? And he, it was brushed off. Then out of nowhere, Gabriel comes to their apartment and he confesses everything. Sam is my dad. I'm just here to find out the truth, XYZ, and them damn kids get on my nerve. But this was one time they went into defense mode and were like, man, Wes killed him, the case closed, you know what I'm saying, we over that. And so he was just like, I told Annalise, and I told Annalise, she played me the recording, but I just don't know if I believe it. So then he asked Laura, like, do you believe it? Like, he is your kid's father. She should have went off on bruh. First of all, don't even bring up my baby daddy like that. I ain't got no baby daddy, but y'all know, don't even bring up my baby daddy like that. Second of all, she played it so good. She broke down in tears. She was just like, he was the person I want to spend my life with, until I realized he was hiding that side from me. So anyways, basically, Gabriel was asking them like, hey, look, is there anything that you guys can tell me? And obviously, they was just like, nah, bruh, we ain't got nothing to tell you. We ain't got nothing to tell you. So it's time for you to leave. So, and I don't even want to really talk about him and Michaela little love triangle because I ain't trying to make this too long. But y'all know how to show it. Anyway, so moving on. Annalise gives Frank directions, instructions, or whatever to go dig with some more dirt on Gabriel. And, she deletes Eve's number out of his phone so they can not have contact anymore. Which, I mean, Eve gay, so, I mean, like, she gay. Like, it ain't a chance of her, you know what I'm saying, dipping with the dingo. She's gay. Like, So, anyway, so moving on, and Frank goes to tell all of them kids that they need some type of blackmail information on Gabriel. And, just to, make sure he keep his mouth closed, don't try nothing. And Oliver needs access to the camera that Frank installed in Gabriel's apartments or whatever. I don't want to talk about the scene where Eve called Annalise out for drinking again. That was just kind of like, I don't really. I mean, she had her best when she on that vodka. Let that woman drink. So moving on, Nate. Asher finally goes over to Bonnie and Nate questioning him, like, what did he see? And it's like aggravating. Asher was like, what happened? Nate told him straight up, like, look here, dog, you ain't see me with Miller. Take that to the grave. So Asher was like, I'm not lying to nobody if you let me know what's going on. So Bonnie tells Nate, show him the photo. So he shows him the photo, and Asher was just like, no, maybe he was calling this person, coming up with all these different excuses as to why Miller was on the cell phone. So basically, Asher was just like, so Miller won't be coming back to work tomorrow. And I mean, you're right, he's not, he's dead. So basically, Bonnie stepped in. Like I said, she's taking one for the team. I love it. She tells this boy, she says, Asher, all the times Nate has helped covered up your murders and killings and whatever it is that you done messed up with, it's your turn to repay the favor. Lie. I mean, lie. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, that's what I'm talking about, bon. So anyways, moving on. Not Frank, but Nate kind of goes through the process of what Bonnie, Asher gonna see at work tomorrow. FBI in, interrogating everybody, questioning everybody or whatever. So yeah. So they pull Bonnie to the side because she was the last person that Miller made a phone call to, which was Nate calling Bonnie, boom. So basically, she played it off good. She told them that she seen him that night. They broke up. He could be at his sister, Did y'all check? He should be using personal time. I love that. Bonnie, you team us over here. You feel me? I love it. Bonnie, they can't not. I gotta say that about Bonnie. Even though she was sleeping with Annalise, man. I'm gonna leave that alone. I ain't gonna even go there. But she got her back. Hey, but you know what? This ain't got nothing to do with Annalise. That's why I say I ain't gonna even go there. So anyways, moving on. Crawford shows up at Annalise's crib. He like, look, I just basically got served with a deposition to admit my misconduct under oath, and it's time for you to protect me like you say you can. So Annalise said she's gonna look into all that. And he sees Eve over there, and bada boom, bada bam. So anyway, then back at the office, Crawford, he asks Tegan, what do she know about Eve? And basically she said, man, she one of the best, I guess death lawyers in the country, like people that died at one of the, I don't know. She's some kind of great lawyer, So then he goes on to say that he's seen her over to Annalise, maybe they up to something. Tegan was just like, man, look here, Annalise always up to something, but it's not always bad. And they both kind of joke. And Tegan was like, listen, Eve is gay. No, that's for a later scene. But anyway, she was just like, it's not always bad. So moving on, Michaela, she goes to Asher in the courthouse, and someone asked for some transcripts from Miller to file the civil case for Nate for his dad or whatever, like the civil case she working on. And he basically in his feelings was like, I can't be doing no favors, like too much going on, bada boom, bada bam. So moving on, Oliver is looking up information on Maddox. Who is Maddox? I forgot. I done put this in my notes and I forgot. Anyways, we're gonna skip that scene. That was the scene Laurel and Connor talked about. She was just like, what am I to tell my son when he's old enough to ask about who his dad? We skipping that. That's fluff. Oh, I forgot to mention earlier. Well, I talk about it now. Now we move on. Nate is in the parking lot. He sees the officer who killed his dad. He have a flashback of him being on the news, kind of just being rewarded, so to say. And earlier, Frank told Nate that once he goes into work and they see them scars on his hands, they're gonna put two and two together some way, somehow. Y'all know how the justice system is, and link him to Miller's case. So this was definitely all a part of his plan to have an excuse, have a reason, have a way to explain those damaged knuckles, because he beat the living crap out of the guy that killed his dad. And so obviously the FBI called him in. They asked him about Miller and all that good stuff. And he gives them a conspiracy theory that sounds pretty good. He said, look, have you guys looked into the guards that, taking him, the guards that was taking him, like transport him or whatever, and the guards, hold on, he said, he was like, have you guys looked into the guards into taking who was kidnapping Miller, yeah. He was like, look into those guys because maybe Miller was trying to get back at him for killing my dad, and they found out about it, XYZ. So it could have been those guys who snatched him up, because now, they was launching an investigation and all that kind of stuff. So it was a pretty cool conspiracy theory. I really didn't think about how you can kind of say, well, did you check into the officers that are being investigated for my dad's murder? Like, I kind of liked it. So anyway, moving on, we're going to skip the scene with Eve tell Annalise that she need a man or a woman. So, then moving on, Michaela is, we're going to skip that scene too, where basically, she working on the silver suit for Nate Sr., and Gabriel walks up to her and he try to spit his little game and, all that kind of stuff. We're going to skip that scene. Moving on. Asher is talking to Miller's secretary, and they having a conversation. I guess the conversation leads to him going to question Bonnie about, well, he tells Bonnie the reason that Miller was on that payphone because his phone died. And Bonnie she doubled down, baby. She doubled down. She's like, no, he's a bad guy. Stop trying to look for excuses and take up for him. He's a bad guy. Stop making me feel worse for how I feel. He was loving my life, now he dead, and I got to cover it up. I'm just like, for real, man? She taking one for the team, and you want to talk about him being innocent? Let's let him die a guilty man. Like, I don't know. I first of all, I pray to Jesus I ain't never gotta take one for the team like Bonnie is, the person I love who done got killed, and I gotta lie and say I don't know and all that kind of stuff. But he is making her feel bad because the guy gone. Now she back to being single. He was gonna propose, and now she's like, Asher, leave it alone. Stop being aggravating and annoying, dude. So anyways, Michaela goes to see Tegan with this proposal of getting her back in the good graces with the board by taking on this civil case. And at first Tegan a little iffy, but then Michaela kind of wins her over, and Tegan asks Michaela, what does she know about Eve and Annalise? And basically she told her that them two were girlfriend in college, and That was it. You know what I'm saying? But I felt like this was a quick little scene where Michaela was, because she said something she know all about, you know, like gay or being gay because her ex was, you know, was gay and left her, something like that. But anyways, I felt like Michaela was trying to shoot her shot at Tegan, but I ain't gonna even talk about it. I'm trying to get this thing over with, cause y'all know. But it's a long show. So anyway, so we get this scene where Bonnie is, she saved all the little notes that Miller left for, like, you cute, you fine, can't wait for you to be mine. You know, your kisses taste like sweet wine. You know, he should just leave little sticky notes for her. And so she starts crying and all that kind of stuff. Then she goes and visit another attorney in the office, basically saying, you know, I know about the Sachs corruption case, and Miller told me that. He told me you got a phone tap, and I just need to know that this was not Sachs, you know, killing Miller, having him disappear. I need to hear those recordings, you know, the conversation that they had. So whatever. So moving on, Frank gives Annalise and Eve some information he found on Vivian, which is Gabriel's mom, and apparently she was dating this guy who was heavy on the oxy, and basically Eve and Frank were just like, look here, take this to Gabriel and be like, look, we're gonna go to the police. Cause I don't know, maybe I don't know what's the deal with his mom. Like maybe she's on probation or something. But he was like, take this to her because if the police find out, then she gone. So Annalise was just like, he's too smart of a kid for that. He's not gonna fall for that. He knows, you know what I'm saying? He's too smart. And then they were just like, man, he gonna protect his mom. He love his mom. He gonna protect his mom. And I mean, I would too. You know what I'm saying? That situation. So anyways, Annalise goes to see old boy Gabriel, and she gives him the paper. He knew exactly who it was and gonna ask, who is this? And at least like, that's your mama man. You know what I'm saying? We got people that can just, you know, tell us that she sold us some oxy and, you know, she gonna be in trouble with the police. And he was just like, so it's supposed to be blackmail? She was just like, nah, I'm trying to protect you and me. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to help you out so we both can protect your mom, because, you know, we don't want her to be caught up in that system. And I'm just like, I don't know if that's enough to quiet this boy, cause this boy here, we ate, and I still need to know more about him. You know what I'm saying? I just need to know more about him, but I don't think it's gonna be enough to quiet him. I really don't. So anyways, Tegan visits Crawford, let him know about the potential civil case that Michaela brought to her, and she lets him know that Annalise and Eve were ex-girlfriends in college, but she's not gay, and he still has a chance. And he said, nah, boo, you the one who got a chance. Because you know Tegan gay, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? All that good stuff. So anyways, Eve is leaving. I guess her work here is done. And she tell Annalise, you know, don't be a stranger. Hit your girl up. I hope it don't be too long. All that. Because, you know, earlier she told Annalise that her girlfriend pregnant and all that. And it was just when them two kiss. You know, when Eve Lee like lip lock, you know what I'm saying? I was just thought about this thing. You know what? I'm gonna leave that thing alone. I'm gonna leave that. Just don't kiss your exes. Don't kiss exes, especially if you're in a new relationship. I'm gonna leave that thing right there alone. So, anyways, this way it gets good. This is the show about to get ready to go off. Gabriel checks his voicemail, and it's the FBI. They want to come talk to him because last week Gabriel called somebody and was like, oh, they found out who I am. And, you know, typical us, like I said, this show takes you in so many loops. Your first instinct is always wrong. This boy was calling Miller, the DA. He wasn't calling him Mama, he was calling Miller. So now it got me questioning, what does Gabriel know? What has Miller told Gabriel? And why aren't you even in contact? That's number one. Then the guy brings Bonnie the tapes that she asked for of Miller talking to Sachs, whoever that is. So then we get Miller, the news announced that he's missing, he dead. And I can't stand Michaela. She put Asher on the spot because they asked Asher, since he worked there, do he know? Did he know? He said no. And she was just like, Bonnie called, just said she need to see you ASAP, you're lying. And basically he can't hold water, so he told. So, and I hate the whole team knowing the T. Everybody don't need to know the T. Like, it just, like, why she couldn't pull him to the side? Like, look, we used to sleep together, we used to live together, be together. Just let me know so, us can be here. But she put him on blast in front of everybody. So then, that was that. Yeah, so that was that. So anyway, so now Frank called Nate or whatever and tell him that he needs to tell Annalise ASAP, all that. So he was like, I'm ahead of him already here. So he telling Annalise what's going on. And then he tells her the other conspiracy. Boy, Nate is busy. Nate said this gonna go down on the governor. And Annalise was looking like hi. And I'm looking like hi too. You know what I'm saying? So, because she was just like, now the governor gonna come after us even harder. And he said, nah, because the governor killed Miller. She had Miller take out my pops and took him out to keep from telling. And I thought about that thing. Because y'all remember Annalise was gonna work for the governor until she screwed her over with this whole Nate Leahy thing. And I was just like, boy, Nate, boy, you old creepy some on something. You know what I'm saying? Like, boy, your mind working overtime thinking this. So, anyway, so then Bonnie, she hears Miller, the recording, and basically he was thanking the guy for handling Nate Sr., transportation as quick and quiet as possible, because he wanted everything to run smooth because, his Nate Jr. worked for him, and I was just like, dang. So now I'm just like, that was the end of the show, by the way. Now I'm just like, so, Miller didn't kill Nate Sr. And maybe Nate playing the Annalise is the actual truth about the governor killed, the governor didn't kill Miller, but you know what I'm saying? Like, dog, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know where to go from here. I'm thinking, this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that, well, hold on. Miller was working with Gabriel. I'm trying to put a triangle in here somewhere. I'm going to say the governor was working with Miller. I'm going to say that because we haven't been introduced to anyone else who could possibly be a suspect. You know what I'm saying? So the governor, Miller, Gabriel. The governor, Miller, they conspired to, or basically she agreed to, set this up. This, like, it's hard to explain because my mind just racing. But I'm just thinking the governor was like, okay, Miller, we're going to let Frank Sr. out tonight. Make sure you make the proper call, get everything in contact. And she called her hitters and they killed Nate Sr. because she knew exactly when and where, and how to get it done and how to make it look like like he tried to attack them. And then it went as far as Miller wanting to take Annalise down. So he bring Gabriel in because he don't buy the story that Wes actually killed Sam, which is Annalise's husband. So he bring Gabriel in so he could bring Annalise down. And I don't know, man. I don't even know what to think about the show right now, man. I don't know. Y'all help me out. If y'all got any conspiracies, and I'm telling y'all, conspiracy probably right, but more likely they're gonna be wrong. But all of us can be wrong together because y'all, if you watch this show, it's never what you think. It's never who you think. I don't know. I don't know who killed Miller at this point, man. It had to be the governor, and Miller definitely trying to put Annalise in jail. Now I do believe him right about that, but that's all I have. Guys, be sure to subscribe, like, comment, and share. And I'll see y'all later, man. I got to think about this thing, for real.